Welcome to Professional Fighters League here tonight in Everett, Washington. It is great to have you with us. Here's what's coming up tonight on NBCSN at 9 o'clock Eastern. The main event, Kayla Harrison and Steven Rodriguez, the undefeated Harrison. And the co-main event, Yushin Okami and Andre Lobato. Jake Shields, the veteran, and Danny Davis, a much improved in a welterweight bout. And we all get it started with Rex Harris and Bruno Santos in a middleweight bout that begins tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. But first, we've got live fights coming your way here in 7 undercards, beginning in the middleweight division, 185 pounds. Punahele Soriano out of Hawaii and John Gover out of Colville, Washington. And here's the tail of the tape between these two, Soriano and Gover. Mike Corey alongside the president of Professional Fighters League, Ray Sefo, and MMA Hall of Famer Bas Rutten here with us on this match to get things started here tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a great fight. This kid, Puna Soriano, is actually out of our camp in Extreme Couture in Las Vegas. And Jonathan Gover, I've heard, he's a tough guy, so it's going to be a great match between two new guys that want to get in there and throw down.
Let's go inside the Decagon now to Jazz Sakuro for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Professional Fighters League Everett. We are live in the awesome Xfinity Arena at Everett. We have got an amazing card lined up for you tonight, and we'd like to thank the best fight fans in the world that are now streaming live at ProfessionalFightersLeague.com. Our first fight of the evening is brought to you by Kiswi, changing the game of live media. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League middleweight division. And now introducing on my left, fighting out of the blue corner of the Decagon. His record sets even at 1-1, standing 6 feet tall, weighing 185 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Everett, Washington by way of Marysville, introducing John Gover. And now, his opponent across the Decagon, fighting out of the red corner. He is undefeated with 1 victory, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing at an even 186 pounds, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Waialui, Hawaii, presenting Punahele Soriano. Your referee is Jeremy Saunders.
Hey, where's my producer? You ready, sir? Are you ready, sir? All right, let's fight.
Well, here we go, Ray. Gover at 37 years old, Soriano at 24, getting the night started here.
Yeah, but Puna just started with a head kick there, so he's a very athletic kid. He's got good wrestling background. Oh, he's just dropping with a straight left.
Gover on his back early and teeing off. Soriano, look out here. Trying to protect himself. This may be over soon.
Yeah, Gover's got a, yep.
Give Gover a lot of credit there, Ray, to get out of that position.
Right, yeah, and he needed to get up and get on his feet before the ref stopped the fight, so.
Soriano's up against the cage. Gover trying to turn this around. In the first 30 seconds, took a bunch of shots.
And he did great to actually get on his feet and put Puna on the cage here.
Let go of the shorts. Let go of the shorts.
Couple leg kicks. And Gover on his back for the second time.
Well, that's the kind of strength this kid Puna has. I mean, he was able to just out-muscle his way, put him on the ground.
Now Puna Soriano again. Getting some right hooks in there on Gover on his back. Obviously cut above that left eye. Oh, another huge shot.
That was a big left hand. Another one.
How much more can Gover take of this here?
Well, Gover's got to get out of the position where he's at. He's got to try and, obviously get back up. Otherwise, the referee's going to probably stop this early.
Now elbows by Soriano.
Yeah, his corner's yelling out for John to get an underhook and get up.
Come on, John! John, you gotta make space.
Soriano needed just 2 minutes and 20 seconds to stop John Farrell in his professional debut in January, and looking to do the same thing here tonight.
Turn in, John, turn in, scramble to your knees. Scramble to your knees, turn in to get to your knees, John. Turn in.
And Puna's just being relentless right now.
He's just got nowhere to go.
Yeah. John's got to get up, but the ref's going to stop the fight.
That's got to be it. Yeah,
that's it. And this kid's very talented, very strong, very athletic.
it was a beatdown right from the beginning, Ray.
Right, absolutely. He actually, Gover looked for that jab. Puna slipped on the right side, on the left side, and landed the left hand. So, I mean, it was great work.
Soriano, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, wins his first fight and does this one in 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Ray, let's talk about how this all got started right from the opening bell.
Yeah, right from the opening bell. I mean, obviously, Gover was trying to, they touch glove. Gover's trying to engage. Looking for, Puna, Soriano actually starts the night off with a head kick. Right here, there was a left hand and the counter left. And then this was pretty much kind of like the rest of the fight where, Gover was on the ground trying to protect. He did great to get up and, for the referee not to stop it right then and then.
Look at
again,
this one.
Straight left. Gover goes down. Soriano actually was able to close the gap and was raining down punches, and eventually that was the end of the fight as it went on for another minute after that, as we can see here.
Are you surprised he wasn't stopped even earlier?
Well, actually, I wasn't surprised because Gover was able to get back on his feet and push Puna to the cage. But right here, the great thing about it, we see a very hungry young fighter here in Puna, that is.
For the official decision, here is Jazz Sakuro.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jeremy Saunders steps in at 2 minutes and 36 seconds of round number 1. Officially, a TKO due to strikes for your winner, Kayla Soriano.
Ray, when you're watching these guys here in their early stages of their career, what are you looking for out of these fighters?
Well, actually, this kid Puna, I've seen him in the gym. He's very explosive. He's a great wrestler. But you see him good. You see some potential there, and you see some good things in the gym. But you never know until he's under these bright lights. And obviously tonight he's shown that under bright lights, he's ready to show off what he's made of. And actually, this is the beginning of his career. Now he's 2-0.
And there's not much for others to go by either. They don't really know too much about him.
Right, exactly. And again, when you can finish fights like that and continue to learn, this kid is going to be something, somebody in the near future to look out for.
Soriano competing at the middleweight for the first time as a pro after fighting at light heavyweight in his first bout. Went 3-0 as an amateur and is now 2-0 as a professional with a TKO over John Gover.
And he's a great guy too, really humble, real down to earth. Always looked to work hard in the gym, so I'm happy for him.
Just coming out and attacking early, right from the bell. Look at the cut under the left eye.
Yeah, that's a big wart underneath Gova's eye. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to swell up even bigger. But again, it's good to see these guys come out and really put it on the line. And what a great night, great way to start the night.
Fans, for highlights and more after the show, check out the new Brawl Access portal. Text FIGHT to 27295 on your mobile phone. And there's Andy Negretto out of the blue corner in this welterweight bout that is coming your way. That's Miles Hunsinger. And here's a look at the tail of the tape between these two. Hunsinger at 5-0, his record, and Negretto at 3-0. Hunsinger out of Idaho and Negretto out of Washington. Ray, here we go.
Again, another kid, Miles Hunsinger, trains out of Extreme Couture in Las Vegas and resides there with his family. Negretto, I talked to his coach. He's a really tough guy. He's a gamer. But so is Hunsinger. So I think this is going to be another one, just like what we saw in the first fight.
Let's take a look at the rules here. No knees or kicks to the head of a grounded opponent. Fighters considered grounded when 2 parts of the body other than the feet are on the canvas, so we use a 10-point must system based on aggression and cage control. Here's Jazz Sakiro for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight on the preliminary card is brought to you by Fight.tv, the app that lets you enjoy MMA on any screen when you want and where you want. 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League welterweight division. And now introducing on my left, fighting out of the blue corner of the Decagon. His record, 3 wins versus 1 defeat. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of Orcas Island, Washington, making his Professional Fighters League debut. Introducing Andy the River Negretto. And now his opponent across the Decagon, fighting out of the red corner. His record is perfect with 5 victories, no defeats, standing 6 feet and 1 inch tall, weighing in at 171 pounds, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Nampa, Idaho, presenting Miles Hunsinger. Your referee for this fight is Jerry Saunders.
Okay, you ready, sir? You ready, sir? All right, let's fight.
All right, Ray, you've got Hunsinger in his Professional Fighters League debut, and Negretto, the hometown favorite here tonight.
Right, yeah. I mean, they're both tough guys. I've seen a little bit of Negretto. He's also a gamer, so they're feeling out round right now. Nice low kick there.
Negretto with the blue tape on the gloves out of the blue corner, and Hunsinger out of the red corner. Hunsinger on the left of your screen, Negretto on the right.
Negretto just threw a left hook earlier, just like that.
Oh, big one there.
So
Hunsinger goes in looking for the takedown, and
beautiful defense there.
Breathe and reset.
Short elbow off that.
Negretto's up against the cage.
Good knee. Chip away, right on him. Keep your stance, keep your stance. Break out, break out, break out, get off the cage.
Good pressure from Hunsinger there.
Oh.
Again, like I said, yeah, these guys, we're looking for, we're looking at a good match here already.
Let's start chipping away now. Come on, looking like that lead. First, Miles. Give him that reach.
How about on this feeling out process right here? A little bit more than feeling out right there.
Yeah,
on that one.
I think that feeling out process lasted for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And beautiful. Again, Negretto is really singing it. Oh, he went
Hunsinger
in the air.
landing a strong right and takes Negretto to the mat.
Your turn now, Andy. Patience, wait for your move.
You're stronger than him. Cut him open. That's it. Pound him. Pound him.
Good tension. Good tension.
Right arm underhook. Pass that knee.
You can hear the corner talking about where he's going to get that arm ray to avoid some of these shots.
Right, that's right. Right now, I mean, Hunsinger went from side mount to mount, and he's able to rain down some elbows right now.
He's squaring those hips up. We're halfway.
Obviously, Negretto's corner is yelling out, he's got to clear and try and get up, get back to his feet.
Good head pressure there.
Hunsinger's definitely landed a couple with the left hand and his elbows and body shots.
Yeah, good elbows to the body. He overthrew there and lost balance. So he's right back at it. Took him down again.
Move out that cage a little bit. Suck those hips and turn. Still on his head. Head higher, head higher. Suck those hips out and turn them a little bit.
Coming up on 2 minutes left in round one.
Like we said, these young guys are starting the night off exactly the way we want to start the night.
Good work by Negretto to get out of that and get back on his feet.
One level teeth. Open those kicks up, please.
Those hands go, River. Let those hands go.
Surprisingly, not a ton of damage right now on Negretto after a lot of the hits that Hunsinger's put on.
Right, exactly. Right now I think Negretto's winning the stand-up part of the fight, but Hunsinger was able to score a few takedowns and ground and pounds there. Negretto's got to be careful when he lunges in like that with that left hook.
Patience, River. Here comes yours.
That being said, Hunsinger needs to exactly that, jab, and start putting some hands together.
One level over, one level over. Turn it over.
Head is bad. Yeah.
Let's listen into the corners in trainer tracks.
Jab first, set it up. Jab first, set it up. Set that pace, Miles. Looking good, Miles. Looking good, Miles. Don't overthrow, Miles. I need volume out of you.
Combo up. Yeah. Nice. Go. Turn. Attaboy. Nice. How much time?
That's Eric Nixick on top, the trainer for Hunsinger, and Chuck Silva on the bottom out of the Negretto corner.
Elbows, let's try to cut him open.
I'm not sure if
good volume out of you.
For Negretto's coach, it's like nice, but it's not nice because he's on the ground. They got to be calling him to get up. They shouldn't be happy with him being, with his back on the ground.
Tons of access that we have here in the Professional Fighters League tonight from Everett, Washington, and we're nearing the end of round one, and that's it. As Hunsinger getting on Negretto multiple times to the mat.
Yeah, that was definitely a good round, first round, and
Start being first here.
that was a good switch jab there, which the right hand came after that, which then he was able to get that body lock, took him down to the ground. But Negretto landed some good hooks as well, which kind of pushed Hunsinger back.
What a great shot there. You see almost Hunsinger close his eyes as he went in with that, and they both landed at the same time.
That shot and that exactly there it happens so fast, 100 per second, and you're reacting already.
Take it down.
Who do you feel like got that round one to their advantage?
I think I would have to go with Hunsinger. He was able to control more. He was able to take him to the ground numerous times.
Round two underway. Hunsinger in the red and Andy Negretto in the blue. A little bit of blood coming from Negretto. And the right side of his neck dripping down.
Negretto's lunching him with that left hook. If Hunsinger was just give a half step back and fire that straight right down the middle, he's going to walk right into it.
There you go.
Nice low kick there. Hunsinger's corner, Eric Nixick is calling for a high lift kick.
Let's set pace with that jab, Miles. Set that
Leg kick there from Negretto.
Ready? Yeah, and he goes through it again.
Right hand after that.
Going hard right to the body.
One level plus.
Hunsinger's got to let things go. I think he's waiting too long.
Lands another one with the left and tries again for the takedown.
And he gets it. Gotta watch for that guillotine.
Get him up.
Can almost go against you in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, especially when you got a strong wrestler like Hunsinger who can control the top position. And so, you know, if your wrestling is not as good as the other guy, you got to get on your feet, especially because he's able to land left hooks off there and you know, stick and move. Because every time Hunsinger puts him to the ground and Negretto's back is on the ground, he's helpless there. He attempted to get up there.
Right now, drop it in.
2 minutes gone by in round two. You can hear the corner from Hunsinger saying, "Attaboy, just keep him down."
Right. Yeah, you know, Nixick here, he's happy with what he sees. They're controlling the fight. They're controlling him on the ground. Nixick is calling for some elbows.
Halfway, Miles.
Don't grab the cage again.
There's that arm. Go ahead.
Okay, the referee don't grab the cage.
Yeah, I think Negretto's grabbed the cage twice, and he's just got a warning from the ref.
Well, it's tough. That's where he spent most of this match already. Up against it and again back to his feet.
And he's losing the fight when he's there, so he's got to try and keep this fight standing. Obviously, Hunsinger's the stronger wrestler.
You can't forget about the extra reach that he has, too, as well. 74 inches for Hunsinger, 69 for Negretto, as we've seen Hunsinger land a few straight punches on him.
Right, and you know, again, I'd like to see Hunsinger use that jab or that reach, because he does have that reach. So if he sticks that jab out there, that right hand eventually is going to get set up.
Round two scheduled for 3 here in this welterweight bout between Miles Hunsinger out of the red corner and Andy Negretto in the blue.
Negretto's still dangerous when he's on his feet because he throws these big wild shots like that. And that. See? There you go.
Catches a break there as Hunsinger went down for the time being, but right back up against the cage. Body slam.
There you go.
1 minute, Miles. Just chip away at him.
You can hear him saying chip away at him. 1 minute to go here in the second round.
Right.
And that's what Hunsinger has done.
Absolutely. Every time he's gotten him to the ground, he's controlling him there.
There you go, River. Make it difficult, bud.
Get that arm on the other side.
Hunsinger's got Negretto on his back, and he's had a 25-month layoff. Get ready to get back to action, talking about Hunsinger.
Negretto's kind of sneaky there. He's kind of sliding that right hand with the elbow across Hunsinger's face.
go, bud. I like what I see.
I don't think he's got any leverage to be able to cut him.
Hey. That 10-second figure.
He's got to continue to protect himself here and get through the end of round 2.
Guys, only one quarter's going in. Break, gentlemen. Thank you.
Round 2 in the books here from Everett, Washington. Hi, everyone. Mike Corey alongside the president of the Professional Fighters League, Ray Seffo. Good to be working with you, my friend.
As always, sir, good to be working with you.
This is our second bout of the night here tonight, and so far, Hunsinger getting the better half of Negredo here after the first 2 rounds.
Well, that's right. You know, they obviously know that they can compete with him on the ground. I mean, on top, but they control the bottom when they get to the ground. So, as we saw just there, he was able to. Again, I was saying earlier that Negredo is still dangerous when he's on his feet. He's able to land this left right hook here, which ended up dropping Hunsinger to his ground. But Hunsinger was able to get right back at it and take him down and control the last minute of the fight.
Landed a good one there by Andy Negredo, who was blasted out of the gates with 3 stoppage wins throughout his career. And you have to feel that Hunsinger knew that and said, I'm not going to let him get the advantage on me early in this match.
Right, exactly. And the good thing is that Hunsinger is now realizes that his wrestling is way superior than Negredo, so he's controlling that part of the fight.
What do you think? First 2 rounds in favor of Hunsinger?
Absolutely. Yep. I think Negredo needs a knockout, and as we've seen, like just what he just did, he sat in on that left hook straight right. And Hunsinger's got to be careful, because as long as Negredo's standing on his feet, he's going to be able to land one. And sometimes lucky shots are really helpful at these times when you start getting tired.
Yeah, so I was going to ask about the stamina you think of these 2 guys right now.
Yeah, you know, just by Negredo's body language, he's breathing a little bit heavy. But again, just what he just did, he's very dangerous, and he's a gamer. And Hunsinger's picking away. Nice low kicks. Again, we were talking about his reach. You know, I'd love to see Hunsinger stick that jab out there and just set up everything else.
Try to create some separation. Right. 1 minute gone by in round 3.
Looking really good right now, Andy.
Miles, 1 level plus, please. Faster.
Leg kick there from Andy Negredo. On the left side of your screen.
They're both in for a left hook there. I think Hunsinger got the best of that one.
Combo there.
Yep. Miles' corner is calling for a jab and change levels and go for an uppercut.
See both of these guys at times kind of smiling at each other, a little bit of gamesmanship going on between these 2.
Yeah, I think they're both trying to breathe. See, Negredo did threw another nice left hook. If he sat in on that overhand right with that left hook, it could be very dangerous.
What does he have to do here, though? You got to feel like he's got to knock him out or get a submission in this round, because right now it's not in his favor.
Right, and you know, although he's there and he's showing some aggression, he needs to commit. Well, again, if he stands on the outside, Hunsinger's going to take that leg off. But Negredo definitely needs to double jab his way in, overhand right, shoulder left hook. Obviously, you know, he's the shorter guy, so, and maybe even go for a takedown himself. Just change things up.
Hunsinger's just been able to show a little bit more in this match with the ground game as well, getting Negredo to the turf to the mat a couple times.
Absolutely, but I feel like Hunsinger is waiting on Negredo. Like, you know, we've seen him control the last 2 rounds, but it seems like he's waiting on him. And sometimes that's dangerous for, you know, for a guy that's kind of sitting around waiting. Negredo, sometimes, like he proved in the first round or the second round, he was able to land that right hook.
Come to me, back. Come back to me. Come back to me, bud.
Minute 45 to go, round 3.
I know. Body.
Another attempt at a takedown from Hunsinger.
Yep.
Does it again. He's done it in each of the rounds here tonight.
And he'll probably close this round off being on top, controlling the top position. Ground and pound.
Yeah, stand up, stand up, explode.
Hey, no damage there, Andy. Doing great, bud.
Negretto's corner with the encouragement, saying you're not taking the damage there. Good job. But again, it's in this position where he's been in the last couple of rounds. It's not going to help his causes with 1 minute left.
Well, that's right. This is where he's lost the last 2 rounds. Is that Hunsinger is able to take him to the ground, control the top position, and ground and pound like what he's doing right now. Obviously, as we've said throughout the fight, Negretto needs to stay on his feet and continue to throw big bombs.
Hunsinger's been able to get the body shots in with Negretto on his back and jammed up against the cage with 30 seconds left in the match.
He doesn't want to stand up. He's just smothering. That's it. No damage. Good work. Good work. Absolutely. That makes 3. Good work, Andy.
I'm kind of surprised at Andy's corner because that's not good work when they should be like completely going, get up. You've got to win this fight by submission or knockout.
Miles Hunsinger getting Andy Negretto to the mat in each of the 3 rounds. Good sportsmanship from the 2.
Right.
And it seems like Hunsinger's going to stay undefeated when we get the final decision.
Yeah, absolutely. I had him 3-0. But again, these guys are young fighters, and as they continue to fight and build up their records, Hunsinger was able to, I think out of his first 5 fights, that's the first time he's been dropped. So, he's going to go back and he's going to learn from that and continue to get better.
Not bad versatility from Hunsinger in this match. Did well on the mat, standing up, and then got Negretto to the mat and was able to land some body shots.
And obviously for Negretto, what he takes away from this is that he's got to work a lot more on his wrestling.
Right.
Because that's where he pretty much lost the fight. He was out wrestled. He was able to, Hunsinger was able to control him on the ground, kept the top position, raining elbows and punches.
Yes.
And so, again, they both learned from something they've gotten from this fight.
Let's go inside the cage to Jazz for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional fighting, we go to your judges' scorecards for your winner. Judges Lamont Nelson, Glenn Roy, and Marlon Perry all score at 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Miles Hunsinger.
6-0. How about what you saw from this fight here, Ray?
Yeah, this is round 1 where I think the first 10 seconds was a feeling out situation, and right away Negretto was able to land some big shots like that left hook, the Superman punch he threw. But then Hunsinger adjusted and was able to implement his ground game, took him down there. Second round was a very similar thing, but then Negretto was able to land this right hook. Hunsinger came back, took him to the ground, controlled the rest of that round, which was pretty much the same in the third. Again, here he shot in, took him to the ground, and controlled the top position, threw some elbows and punches from here and there, and that was pretty much how he won the whole fight.
Negretto a little bit overmatched in the size and strength category, and taking an opponent to the mat wasn't his game. He had maybe an opportunity there when Hunsinger went to the mat, but he didn't take advantage of it.
Right, exactly.
Ray, thanks so much for joining us here. Enjoy this night.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, the president of Professional Fighters League, Ray Sefo, here with us as coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern on NBCSN. Rex Harris and Bruno Santos start off the middleweight bout with Jake Shields and Danny Davis. That's going to be a good one in a welterweight bout. Then Yushin Okami and Andre Lobato in his first match in the United States, and Andre Harrison and Steven Rodriguez in our main event. For highlights and more after the show, check out the new Brawl Access portal. Text FIGHT to 27295 on your mobile phone. Let's get ready for this heavyweight bout now at 265 pounds here, and Dale Soapy and Matt Kovacs coming up inside the Decagon here in Everett, Washington, as we look at the tail of the tape. Reach the same. Soapy at 266. And Torgerson at 238. 19 and 17 overall for Torgerson, and Soapy at 6 and 3. His record overall. Let's go inside the cage to Jazz Securo for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Professional Fighters League Season 1, the first season of MMA. We are slated for 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League heavyweight division. And now introducing on my left, fighting out of the blue corner of the Decagon. His record, 19 victories, 17 defeats, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 238 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Moses Lake, Washington, introducing Jared Torgerson. And his opponent across the Decagon, fighting out of the red corner. His record, 6 wins versus 3 defeats, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 266 pounds, fighting out of Tempe, Arizona, by way of Nanakalui, Hawaii, presenting Dale Soapy. Your referee for this fight is Steve Newport.
Is that good? Yep. I can turn my head. Happy itch.
All right, so I'll find you. I'm running it right here. To the left.
Okay, so when I come out, I'll go right back to you.
I'm going to come right out.
Ready for this heavyweight bout here tonight alongside the MMA Hall of Famer Bas Rutten and 2-time Olympic judo gold medalist Kayla Harrison. I'm Mike Corey, and here we go, everyone.
Here we go.
Yeah. He came forward right away. Man, there's 500 pounds in this. Boom, look at that. Double left, hook right straight.
Nice combo.
Soapy with a leg kick there.
Yeah, still be able to throw his hip in with that. That was nice. Also the straight to the body, love it. Sets up hooks to the head really well.
Bas, how much different are the techniques in these heavyweight bouts between these guys and some of the other weight classes?
Well, most of the time it's speed. You know, you see sometimes this Soapy actually makes me look at Mark Hunt a little bit. You look at his high kick, you know, he's very limber. And he's still, even though his hip is forward now, but before he kicks, he pulls his left hip a little bit backwards so he can still put his hip in there. So on that inside low kick, he got some power on there. But you don't see a lot, even in the lighter weights, what they do.
Torgerson up against the cage here as Soapy now gets out of it, comes at him with a couple, and land him though.
Put some money in the bank.
This is what he needs to do. See, there's that body shot again. I love it. Now he added
the body, add some kicks in there.
Finish up with that. Throw it up. Look together,
Soapy rattled off 6 consecutive wins after turning pro.
When you see them sticking their hands out there like that, they're really just finding their range. It looks like a jab, it looks like a little bit of a slap. It's a nice way to find your range so you can hit those shots like that.
Man, he's agile, right? He uses everything. He uses the fans to push off. I love it.
You're talking about the reach there, Kayla, and how...
Yeah, you see that? You see how Soapy's putting his hand out there like that? He's just trying to find his range, see when he can land that real power shot. Nice. He's doing a nice job using his legs to keep him guessing.
Nah, dude, that didn't come close. That's how he looked at the front kick. He just kept standing.
Halfway through round 1, scheduled for 3 here in this heavyweight bout.
I guarantee you that Mark Hunt is one of his favorite fighters because he fights the same style. Look at that.
Nice.
You see? It's really nice when he does that. Oof.
They're swinging with some power now.
Yeah.
Not wide, straight, Jared. Stay on that D. Use your right hand. Use your right hand.
2 minutes.
The thing with heavyweights, they just need the power just needs to fight at home. And if it does, big trouble.
High kick there that time from Soapy.
There we go. Counter off that left hook. Yeah, on the jab. Let's go. Put the hands together.
George is keeping his hands a little lower than I think might be good for his health.
You gotta let him go. I'm telling you, that left hook right after. Yep. That left hook right after.
Torgerson push Soapy into the cage here.
Nice.
Kind of hard to see who's really got the advantage here so far after these first 4 minutes.
Just going to say 2 seconds before he starts, where are the low kicks, guys?
Yeah.
Because both of them are standing in one line like blading. So it's very hard for them to block the low kicks. So he needs to turn it in, though, a little bit more because he kicks a little bit upwards and he's spreading out the impact over the thigh.
Nice elbows, nice uppercuts.
Oh, look at that.
Torgerson getting in there on
Whoa,
Soapy.
big shots here.
Uh-oh.
Soapy's in trouble.
Well, is he? Yes, he is because
He's
he
in
gets
big
some
trouble.
shots. But, you know, I guess when I
gotta get
talk
out
about
of
Mark
there.
Hunt, he might be Samoan, and those guys can take shots.
He's hanging in.
You see, that's what I mean. You know, I don't know if he's Samoan, but it almost looks to me like it is, and they just have heads of steel, man. My buddy is one to it, man. I hit him so hard, he doesn't flinch.
With 15 seconds left, you know Soapy's holding on for dear life right now.
Well, now I guess we know who has the advantage here after round 1, as Torgerson was able to get in there right at the end on Dale Soapy. And an excellent job by Soapy to be able to get out of that. It looked really bad there.
That was a scary situation for Soapy, and he did a good job coming in for the clinch, being able to hold on with just a short time left.
Boss, you said you were looking for more leg kicks in round 1 there.
I did, you know, because they're heavyweights and they're both stand in a bladed position, so when they lift the legs to check a low kick, it's not going to happen. So I always say when somebody blades, give him right low kicks. There's nothing he can do, but you have to set him up, though. He didn't set him up. I like to set him up with a 1-2-3 punch or just a jab or a left hook. A left hook, right low kick is like a 1-2 in boxing.
Get their hands up, keep their legs down.
That's it.
Boss having a move like this.
I love it.
Look
you know,
at
he's
that.
using everything. He's very agile.
What's that called?
That's a push off the fence.
I thought it was going to be a flying knee, but then it turned into something else there. It was awesome.
Look at this.
But then this.
Whoa, man, and he's going to town on him. Good head movement.
Yeah, Soapy did a really good job to survive that.
How many of those are landing, though? See, that's the thing. It looked bad. Not that it was good, obviously, but he didn't land a ton of them.
You know, the thing is, I would have said before that onslaught of punches that Soapy had won the round, but, you know, Torgerson did a really good job of, at the very end of the round, he just laid on him and put all those punches out there. Now it makes it a little bit closer in the judge's mind.
You can hear from the corner there saying to use that right hand for defense.
Ooh, there we go.
Soapy goes down low again.
Yeah, Torgerson, he does have some power. His hooks and uppercuts are great. It was a good kick as well. Long time on its way, so it could develop power. Boom, that is a nice one, too.
And those add up over time, huh, Boss?
They do, and especially when he moves away from him, because then you don't flex your muscle. It hurts way more.
So I've heard.
Yes.
You probably won't see him doing that flying leap off the cage in the second and third round if he keeps getting leg kicks like that.
Oh, and that too.
Nice leg kick.
Low with the foot, but yep, here we go. Becky needs to
Kick
turn
for
it in
kick.
a little bit more. Yep.
Go to it. There you go.
Jared Torgerson in the blue and Dale Soapy in the red corner.
Oh, right straight, landed again.
Soapy up against the cage.
Oh,
Working the knees, good, yeah.
Big knee from Torgerson.
More
And a
big
nice
shots.
combo.
And he lets him off the cage, and I don't know if I would have done that.
I don't know why. You know, I was thinking the same thing. He's got good hands. I like it. He probably boxed as well. Like Toughman or something, he boxed those. Once he's in range, you see? And he's nice in and out. Good job by Torgerson.
Soapy a cut underneath the right eye.
Soapy needs to throw more uppercuts as well.
Come on, baby. Where's the knee? Come on now. Here to end it with the takedown.
Really nice combos by Torgerson.
Come on, hands up. Finish the combo with the
You know, and he's working. So he's gathering all the points and just going to the decision. He's going to take this fight.
Straight.
Moving around a little bit better, too.
No, definitely moving around a lot better than round one. I think he's found his comfort zone now. I think he's starting to find his rhythm. Nice shot.
That's a big
Sure
left.
he has a boxing background. Pretty sure.
Get ready.
He found his reach now. And again, one big shot can end the deal. We're talking about heavyweights here.
Like that?
It's a load up. Yeah. Without the load up, though.
Soapy trying to fight back. Under 2 minutes to go in round two. Scheduled for 3 in this heavyweight bout.
Nice combo. I do see what you mean about the windup, though. It's almost like he's telegraphing a little bit what he's going to do.
Yeah, and you know, instead of lineup, throw another shot with your other hand. That's the same lineup. Load up.
Nice block on that high leg kick from Soapy.
You gotta keep working. Get up a little bit.
He needs to wait for Torgerson to throw a big right hand and throw that left kick underneath to the body.
That's where I'll do the most damage.
Oh.
There we go.
Crushing to the liver. Boom.
Liver shots will drop you.
Get back on his leg.
Hey, that was the first time. Look at hammer fist.
Interesting. Hammer fist, yeah. Usually you only see those when they're on the ground.
Yeah. Buddy of mine throws him to the legs, to the clinch, and it makes his arm really heavy. It throws to the bone, and they add up. You know, if you give him a lot of low kicks and from the clinch, he's just hammer fist from the leg.
That doesn't sound fun.
Soapy got one in there.
Yeah, it was too short. He needed to add some more shots to it. Connect, keep going.
Yeah, that's the thing, right, Bas? I mean, one so often is not going to help you here.
That's it. And especially if this goes to a decision, you know, you lose a decision.
I feel like
he did a lot of those. Out to the mic.
10 seconds in round two. All right, so 2 rounds of the books. Getting ready for the third and final round. How about that barrage of shots that Soapy took earlier in this match? So let's listen in to what his corner had to say as well.
Good shot. Hey, you got to let him go. Move your feet. Get out of his way. Get out of his way, Dale. Dale, get out of his way. Move your feet.
That was the voice of Michael King, the trainer for Dale Soapy. Wow, some great shots here from our crew tonight.
He's got a chin.
Goodness, I was just about to say that. Soapy has got a tough jaw.
What he's doing is he's hustling.
I mean, that's 265 pounds of power.
So you got to be last.
Yeah,
You got to be last. If you ain't first,
hip was in it.
Yeah.
Then be last, and you got this in the bucket. Okay? Okay? Move your feet. Don't let him stick you on the cage, and don't let him get off on you. All right?
Here we go, guys.
Yeah, good
Just
advice
like Ricky.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. I think he does need to stay off the cage. I think he needs to move his feet. He needs to use his legs, set it up with some hands, and get in there and do some work.
You guys were talking about it when he was up against that cage that one time. Torgerson let him kind of get back into the middle of the ring.
He did. See if Soapy can pick it up in this third round.
Third round in this heavyweight bout tonight. Got to feel like the first 2 rounds went to the way of Torgerson, yes?
I believe so, yes. First one could have been a draw because before, you know, Torgerson started working at the end, but yeah, he's starting to win this fight.
Kayla, what do you think? So sometimes when you know you're down after the first couple and strategy in the third round, what do you do?
Well, I mean, you know, you have to listen to your coaches in these situations. A lot of times they see things that you don't, and you have to have the gas tank to leave it all out there. If you're down in a fight, you've got to find a way to win. You've got to dig deep, and you've got to find a way to come out on top.
Bas, you probably got to be extra on looking for an opponent mistake, especially here in the round when you're down after the first couple.
Yeah, you know, listen, if you're already 2 down, then you have the last round. You can only win by knockout. And then I say, okay, pick your shots. You know, don't start, because even if you throw a lot of shots, you're not going to win anymore, right, because the other guy took the 2 rounds. Right. So then I say, look for power shots, lure him in, bring your hands low. You know, hopefully he hits the head. You can kick underneath. You know, you got to do something. Bring your hands really high up, so hopefully he goes for the body and you can counter with the left hook. Whatever you want to do, but you need to set him up.
Oh, an uppercut there from Torgerson.
Yeah, he's good with that.
He does have a great uppercut. We're not seeing a lot of clinching between these two.
No, I like that. Upward elbow there. So peaceful.
I thought about it for a second. I go, we're going to have our first takedown here. And
I did too. I was curious to see what would happen if it did go to the ground.
2 minutes gone by in the third round. So it's been pretty effective tonight for Torgerson.
I really feel like they're slowing down Soapy's foot movement. You know, he's not as fresh as he was in the first round. And you can definitely see that front leg looks like it's starting to hurt.
Body shot there for Soapy.
Yeah, have a fist and he sets it up, uses it as he loads it up with an extra punch. A left hook to the head. It's more of a distraction punch. That inside low kick he should throw to the body. He goes for the head and low kick, go for the body. Especially in the third round, both guys are tired. Body shot to the liver will do it.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Bas. I think he's got to start putting a little more pressure on the body and the head. Not going to get knockout via leg kick.
Not anymore. That's too late. That was a hard right hook. They would have connected. And again, Soapy's head really hard. See that kick to the body now? There we go.
There you go. He heard you.
Yeah, we should wait till he throws a right. It goes underneath.
Soapy's tried that multiple times though tonight, and Torgerson has really had the defense there for that left leg kick.
I feel like Torgerson's doing just enough right now.
No, he used the cage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That's what he thought. Oh, that connected in the fight. So we heard Torgerson there for a moment here.
He does a good job though when they get close. He uses that uppercut to get out of danger.
Not fully, but
Move your feet, get all the way out. We're under a minute, let's go. We're under a minute, let's go, let it go. Keep your right hand up. Come on, man. Get up from there, let's go. Get away from there. That's with your head.
Both guys certainly tiring out a little bit here with 35 seconds to go in the third round.
30 seconds, Jared. Get too full. Let it go, you go out here. Get to work, Jared.
yeah, I just think they have the same long volume as we have, only at 265 pounds, so that's a big difference. Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Big leg kick there from Torgerson, who wants
Soapy
to
doesn't
finish
want any
strong.
more of it. Nice. He's connecting a little bit.
He's going. Yeah, he's good in this position. Oh, they're both going now.
Feed it off the crowd here tonight at Everett. And that's it. Wow.
I love it when they hug after, you know, because it is a war, but you're in it together. You gotta hug it out.
Jared Torgerson playing to the crowd. And Dale Soapy going at it for 3 rounds in this heavyweight bout. That's good to see. Nice little fury there at the end of this round, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Now, most striking coaches would tell you not to turn your head away.
Yeah, or overcommit on your punches.
Or overcommit like that, but.
Here's what the trainers are talking about.
Elbows! Don't let him go! Don't let him go! 10 seconds! 10 seconds! 10 seconds!
Work!
Get in there! Get in there! Get in there! Hey! Hey! Hey!
Alan Rigg, the trainer for Jared Torgerson. And here to the end of that 3rd round.
All day, baby. Can't get this. Let's go. Who's next? Let's go.
Well, let's go inside to Jazz Securo for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional fighting, we go to your judges' scorecards, and they have given us a split decision. Judge Clarence Kay scores at 29-28 Torgerson. Judge Marlon Perry scores at 29-28 Soapy. And Judge Rocky Field scores at 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Jared Torgerson.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one here between these two.
I was going to say, this is where he uses defense.
A lot of athleticism in a big guy.
And it was right there at the end of round 1 that really gave Torgerson kind of a leg up going through the rest of the match.
Yeah, definitely gave him momentum going into the rest of the fight.
Wow. Were you guys surprised on the split decision?
Yes, I was.
I was surprised too. I thought it was unanimous. I thought he definitely won.
Look at that shot. Wow. He's not even flinching. Did you see that? It's amazing.
That is a strong jaw.
He was in mid-blink and he just kept blinking.
Leaving it all out there in the last and final round.
That's right. Let's go. Hey, baby.
Coming up tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern on NBCSN. Let's keep an eye on fight number 2 there in the welterweight bout between the much-improved Danny Davis Jr. and how about Jake Shields, the veteran, a guy that's going to enter his 42nd career fight. Here's his thoughts about potentially retiring after his last match.
Yeah, my last fight, December, was very disappointing. I lost a close decision to John Fitch, which, he's a great fighter, had a good night, but I still felt like it was a fight that I could have won. So I was very disappointed after that. I've had a long career. I've already had a good career. So retirement definitely crossed my mind. I thought about it, but after making some changes and making the move to New York, I still wasn't sure if I was going to, it was temporary. I wasn't sure if I was going to fight, but then the training was so good, started learning new things, got fresh again, and decided to hop back in here and fight again. And I feel like I'm still at my best.
And that's Jake Shields coming up later tonight versus Danny Davis in a welterweight bout. And fans, don't forget, during our main card between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN, don't forget to log on to NBCSports.com/PFL vote to vote for who you think will win each fight. And we'll display your thoughts up on the screen throughout the contest. So go to NBCSports.com/PFL vote and vote who you think is going to win these fights here tonight. To the tail of the tape we go in our middleweight bout between Lewis Taylor and Zach Kahn. Definitely a difference in reach for Kahn here, obviously. 81-72. See how much of a factor that is in this match. And, of course, 24 years old. Taylor, 38. Jazz Sakuro has the official introductions here in this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Alienware, the ultimate gaming experience. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League middleweight division. And now, introducing on my left, fighting out of the blue corner of the decagon. His record sits even, 6 victories, 6 defeats. Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing 177.5 pounds. Fighting out of Spokane, Washington, making his Professional Fighters League debut, Zach X. Kahn. His opponent across the decagon, fighting out of the red corner. His record 13 wins, 4 defeats, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 186 pounds, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, presenting Lewis, put the guns down, Taylor. Your referee is Big Dan Mergliotta.
You ready, sir? You ready, sir? Let's go, fight.
All right, we bring in the other MMA Hall of Famer, Randy Couture, here with us on the broadcast tonight. Good to see you, Randy. How are you? Alongside of Bas Rutten and Kayla Harrison, as we've got this one scheduled for 3, round 1 here between Taylor and Kahn.
2 balds and a blonde.
2 balls and a blonde.
Yes.
That's a movie. Look at that, Taylor. Man, this guy put the guns down is his nickname. He's got some power in his hands. Did really well against David Branch, but lost in the final round, 5th round. It was a title fight.
Yeah, he lost by submission, right?
Yes.
Nice takedown right to the mount.
But look at him now being on top. I would see if he could be higher on the chest, so when they buck up, there's not a lot of movement. You can keep your balance.
Good base. Good base. Don't get twisted.
Always watch out, I say, with putting an arm around the neck during mount position. You can't be reversed.
Let's work.
Right off the bat in the early takedown here, 1 minute into this match.
Yep, Zach definitely wants to try and get an underhook here, work up, try and get his hips up so he can sweep Taylor.
That looked to me more like Taylor stepping out of the full mount position, which is unusual. He was vined in pretty good there, had a good secure top position, but he didn't like something he felt.
Jack, you can't yell like that.
Well, Lewis Taylor, a guy that likes to go after it in his Professional Fighters League debut back in March, needed just 29 seconds to choke out Corey Debola for an impressive victory.
Zach Kahn throwing from that position with his left arm elbow. Sometimes he has to watch out because he might be set up for a side choke if he does that. I'll put my head there on purpose and hopefully he will do it again in order to get it.
Bait him.
Bait him, yeah, please, here, do it again. It looks like Taylor was looking for it, you see? He's trying to put his head underneath that arm. So I think he felt it and he goes, darn, I missed it.
Isolate his arm, move. There you go. Work that stuff over that. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, Kahn should use 2 hands, press on the belly, sit up.
Watch the back of the head, Zach.
Yeah, long arm.
As soon as you let that left arm go, Taylor, push him now to the center of your belly, to your legs, and then sit up.
Sometimes easier said than done.
Yeah, well, no. Just do it.
Randy, what are you noticing here so far from the beginning of this, the way Taylor's come out guns a-blazing?
Well, I think Taylor's been in control from the very start. You can see this takedown. He closes the distance, gets right to the body, and not only takes him down, but takes him down, he steps right into mount, and it's almost the worst place you can be in a fight.
Zach Kahn just can't get out of this position, taking body shots here from Taylor, and now some shots to the face.
Yeah, and he's got some power, this guy. Knocked out a lot of guys.
This may be over soon.
Kahn may be in trouble here.
Kahn staying alive here.
Kahn trying to keep his knees and shins in between him and his opponent, create some space. Stop the reign of terror that's coming down from Lewis.
Now, if you have one leg in like that, would you try to get the other foot on the hip and do a technical stand-up? Just get him as far away from you as you can. And
Kick away,
yeah,
absolutely.
Kick away and get
use
up.
that
Yeah, that's what
butterfly
I think.
guard.
I wouldn't be
kick
going
away
in, I wouldn't be pulling guard here. I'd be trying to get inside and get out
Taylor,
there.
Taylor grabbed with his left hand, can grab that foot and then pass to the right. In his side mount again.
Pass the guard. Throw the legs to punch.
There's a little kick away. See if he can find enough space to get up, but I don't think Lewis Taylor's going to let him out of this position.
I don't think so.
Watch out, though.
Yep.
Taylor right back down in there.
This is smarter. Put a higher guard on, pull him on top of you. Keep close. Don't give the guy distance so he can load up.
You can see some blood on Kahn's face already early, I think, only in the first round. So he's going to have to do a lot better job in the second if he wants to make it to the fence.
Taylor needs to be aware of the up kicks here. Kahn's trying to use those heels. Catch him coming in again. It'll be a very effective weapon.
Interesting hands on your hip position.
That means I'm tired, right? Universal sign.
We'll take a look at this first takedown. You see nice distance. Both guys have their hands down. But you see the distance here, and you're going to see him close the distance, get right to double underhooks.
Nice.
There's the outside trip. And the
Keep
full
going.
mount.
Keep going. Throw his legs.
There you go. Pass the legs.
Pass the legs. You're not going his guard. Watch the triangle. Get out of his guard. Pass the guard and keep punching. There you go. Now hammer fist right there. Right hammer fist.
Boom. Yeah.
Nice connection.
That was nice. But hey, Kahn kept hanging in there. He needs to close his guard if this happens again. Get him in the guard, pull him on top of you. High guard.
All right, round two, gentlemen. Let's go.
Upper body, bring it close to your body. Stop the striking.
So Lewis Taylor right from the beginning of this match, controlling round one. And Zach Kahn looks to respond here, and it's not working out.
Nice uppercuts.
Nice job for both these guys.
Oh, going after him now, but Taylor gets him back.
Both guys have pretty wide open style. There's not a lot of defense going on here. Hands at their hips. Gunslingers, if you will.
Well, put the guns down is his nickname.
That's Taylor's nickname, put the guns down.
Almost for a moment looked like Taylor was surprised that he was getting some action from Kahn coming his way here to begin this round.
Yeah, that's the first time we've really seen Kahn in a position to be aggressive, to be offensive.
Nice. Ooh, big swings there.
Kahn had a nice tie clinch up there, but he wasn't able to hold on to it. He wasn't able to get any knees off or anything like that.
Yeah, any of those kicks you can counter. You don't even have to block. Just take him and counter him. Trade him for a right straight. Always set it up. That's a guillotine attempt.
He's definitely not using his hands to set up those kicks.
Yeah, it's so dangerous.
Takedown by Lewis Taylor. pretty easily. Khan didn't put up much resistance there.
He should body triangle him.
Climb him.
I know he's looking for a submission now, but I mean, if you have him, body triangle him at least. Oh, look at that. Bring the other leg low enough.
Well, elbows there from Khan trying to fight back.
There you go. You have one back.
Unless you have, you know, a top 10 guard in the game, being on bottom is a dangerous position to be in. You know, you're not going to inflict as much damage as the guy on top.
I think you're absolutely correct. And so this closed guard position, he's basically locking Lewis Taylor on top of him so that Lewis Taylor can continue to pound on him.
To lay a beating on him.
Yeah, but then if you do the body triangle, you do the high one, you know. You bring him closer to you, at least you take some snap out of that of those punches. And here again, it's modified scarf hold.
That's what we call in judo a kesagatame.
Kesagatame. Ushimata, I know that one. What we were talking about, right?
Yeah, that's because you learned that one from Randy.
Katakaruma?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good, right? I like that one.
Taylor doing a nice job in cross-side position to maintain control. Tactically find places to score on Zach Khan.
Now, yeah, Khan needs to push him to the spot. Every time when he does what you said, the scarf hold, modified scarf hold, he can push him to the spot.
I mean, if I were Khan, I would be trying to get my back to the cage so I could get up. I wouldn't be staying there.
Keep those frames ready, Zach. Keep those frames ready.
Roberto Ramirez in the Taylor corner.
Watch the cage. Get his leg through. Frame him again. Pull him off the cage, Lou. Pull his legs off the cage.
And it's Rick Little, the trainer for Zach Khan.
Pull him out. Put him sideways, Lou. Isolate that arm. Isolate that arm. You got 1:30, Lou. Catching your breath. Catching your breath. Give me knees to the body. Knees to the body. There you go. Again. You don't like those. Again. Again, those hurt.
Yeah, following the trainer's advice there, huh, guys?
Those hurt, Lou. There you go.
Very smart.
Yeah, and you can, I mean, you can just really tell that Taylor is
he wants to give up his back, Lou. Let him give up his back to you if he wants to give it up.
He knows what he's doing. He's got
give me more knees to the body,
his
Lou.
ear open,
knees to the
listening
body,
to his
Lou.
coaches, and Khan is just, I think, a little in over his head.
Give me the elbows. Right elbow. Forward and backwards. Isolate one of those arms, Lou. There you go. Nice knee on belly. Smart posture.
Can't shoot. Shrimp out, get him back in the guard.
Or half guard if you can. Get that knee
anything.
off belly, get half guard, and then try and get an underhook and circle towards that underhook to try and get up.
Just buck up, knee on belly is going to be gone, and then go.
Under 30 seconds to go, round two, scheduled for 3. Didn't start out too bad for Khan when he had the match up on the canvas, and now he's down on it, and it has been this way for most of round 2.
Wow, nice work here by Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, he's just slow and steady, just chipping away at him.
Pretty tenacious position here from cross side. Not the easiest position to really batter a guy. Don't have a lot to hang on to from cross side, but he's doing a nice job of picking his shots.
He did a great job of controlling that.
Knees to the body, love it when they do that from side mount. Also to the legs, they forget the legs. Again, it's a relaxed muscle. Oh man,
yes,
if you load up, bring your hips
the
away.
The relaxed muscle is the muscle to kick and knee.
Yeah, but can you imagine if you're side mount and you block his view and you load your leg up all the way so he can't see it, you use your kneecap, not your thigh, and just let your hip flexors do the work. Boom, to the thigh.
Right into the bone, right? Because the muscles.
I love that stuff.
Pleasure to be along with this all-star cast here tonight. MMA Hall of Famer Bas Rutten, 2-time Olympic judo gold medalist Kayla Harrison, and also MMA Hall of Famer Randy Couture here tonight from Everett, Washington, Professional Fighters League. And not bad with the action here in this bout, everybody. But again, Khan, you know, he'd started off round 2, starting to fight back a little bit, and then once again ended the same way that round 1 did.
We saw a little offense from him. He almost has a, I hate to say it, but drunken kung fu style. He's kind of swinging around out there. Not a lot of defense for sure, but he gave up the takedown fairly easy after about the first minute.
I mean, he's young. He's 24.
All right, final round. You ready?
He's got time to develop some defense.
He needs to learn to use his reach better. Sometimes he comes too close.
He's fighting like he's a short guy, and he's actually not. He's a very long fighter.
Yep.
Very long, very lanky.
He's going to have to learn to be able to take advantage of that reach.
I mean, I really like Taylor's game plan here, though, to not let him use that reach and not let him use that length and just come in, get the clinch, get a takedown, and control on top. I think it was a perfect game plan.
Hey, you're totally right, Kayla, and that's what he's done in these first 2 rounds, and looks to get him back on the mat again.
There's the outside trip attempt again there. Khan doing a little better job of resisting, but he still ends up on the bottom.
Left hand out of space, and start elbow. Left hand out of space and elbow.
Yeah, he's just open as heck. He's got to watch out. Okay, now open the body triangle. See, and if you can slide it up a little bit more.
Turn his head against the fence.
And then just grab the bicep.
There you go.
You can control.
Make it uncomfortable. That's his legs, Lou. Get your hand in his face, Lou.
You know, Khan's losing this fight, so he's got to get to a position where he can submit or knock him out.
When they sit up, bring your legs back, try to kick him away.
Body head again.
I'm questioning the logic in this closed guard.
Me too.
Push head against the fence, Lou. Good hammer fist. Good hammer fist. Catch your breath. Breathe in and hammer fist to the body head. Body head.
Taylor unloading here. Khan just in a desperation position throughout this match here tonight.
Right elbow, Lou.
There we go. Trying to shut him down now.
Right elbow, Lou.
And he needs to bring his knees up. And I'm talking about Khan. It's way too low, that leg around the waist.
Yeah, you gotta wonder what his corner was saying in between these rounds.
Yep. The probably said, listen, he was a side mount and he was doing a really good job. Don't let him get a side mount anymore. And that's why he's putting him in the guard, I guess. Right? But now also, if he brings both knees up and he goes higher to the body, he has the long legs to do that. And he can shut him down a little bit, but he lets it's way too low, so Taylor can go up and he can use his reach, and he's got a lot of strength. It's not good.
The energy and stamina of Khan here at this point, it's got to really be a struggle. And we all talk about what is he going to do to get out of this. I mean, you got to be tired at this point.
Well, he's definitely been forced to react to Lewis Taylor almost the entire fight. He's been in the driver's seat very, very little in the course of these 3 rounds.
Nice.
Elbows to the guts there. Holy cow.
I bet those muscles were relaxed, so that was a good shot.
Well,
right,
you know,
Bas?
if you give him a rhythm, that's what I always do. You go 1, 2, 3, and suddenly you left hook to the head, something like that. You see, use it as a distraction.
Yep.
But yeah, if they breathe in, that would be gold. There we go. Body hand now. Give him a pattern, break the pattern. That's the trick.
So I know when you're standing, you want to, use your hands to get their hands up, then go to the body or go to the legs. But you're saying it's the same thing when you're on the ground. Hit the body, get their hands down there, and then go back to the head.
Yeah.
And just create that where you're going to be kind of question marks.
Yeah, the problem with all the guys, and we don't see it here because Taylor throws with a lot of power, but normally they do little 2 taps to the body and then a big one to the head. And that's not going to do anything because they don't respect the 2 little taps to the body.
Gotcha.
If you load up both body shots and you keep looking down and then go for a headshot while you're still looking at the body, he doesn't know it's going to come.
1 minute to go here in the 3rd and final round.
And you
middleweight bout.
To defend it. Yeah, this looks bad for Khan right now.
Let's go, Lou. Let's finish this fight. Less than a minute.
Lewis Taylor, hear his corner, and Roberto Ramirez saying, let's go, let's finish this fight. 40 seconds left.
Push his face against that fence. Start elbow. There you go. Come on.
Taylor doing a great job of just staying busy, staying active. They're not getting stood up. He's not being soft. He's just been real tenacious, just chipping away with those punches, elbows, knees to the body.
Too late with it?
It's pretty wet this late in the game for that high count.
Yeah. That's the problem with tall fighters. Once they hit the ground, it leaves more openings also. There's too much room. Like the short and stocky fighters, they're the worst to submit.
Taylor helping Khan up.
I think Khan's just glad it's over.
Yes, I agree. You could see numerous times just kind of turned his head and it's like, what am I going to do to get out of this position? And he wasn't able to. Lewis Taylor going to be running his record to a 14-4 mark. Zach Kahn just wasn't able to make it happen. Spent most of the match on his back. Randy, maybe start with you. You surprised this went the distance, and what else did you see out of Taylor here tonight?
Well, obviously, Zach Kahn is a tough kid, and he took a beating, and he stayed in there the whole time. Never once did it look to me like he was going to break. He didn't get hit with anything that cut him bad enough or stunned him bad enough to end the fight. So.
And I just saw him smile, which means he's got, you know, the kid showed a lot of heart tonight. Yeah. It's not easy to go in there for 3 rounds and go toe-to-toe with a vet.
Bas, what do you think?
I think so too. He's a tough kid, you know, but he needs to work on his body, on his distance. That's what I would do as standing up, because he's too close every time when he throws punches, and he has such a long reach. Why not use it? You know, and on the ground, go for higher guard. It's easier to fish for armbars and triangles, first of all, but second of all, it's great to pull him on top of you, you know, so he can't load up on his shots.
Jazz Sakiro has the official decision. Jazz.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judges Clarence Case, Rocky Fields, and Marlon Perry all score at 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Lewis. Put the guns down, Taylor.
I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, baby.
A lot of action here to come tonight from Everett, Washington, from Xfinity Arena, including Jake Shields. 31 wins to his credit in his outstanding career. Going to be in action tonight against an improved Danny Davis Jr. in a welterweight fight coming up. And there's Davis.
Rapper.
Out of Las Vegas, you're right, the rapper. Bas, what do you like about this fight here with Shields and Davis? What's on your mind with this one?
You know, I think Danny Davis worked a lot on the wrestling, of course, training at the Extreme Couture. You know, he's going to need to stop the takedowns from Jake Shields. Can he do it for 3 rounds, though? That's the big question. I'm pretty sure the first round, you never know. Defend it, and go for strikes. But the more tired you get, the harder it's going to be, because Jake is constantly coming forward.
Not only that, but Jake has since switched training facilities. You know, he's out at Henzo Grace's in New York now, and he said the change of environment has really just reinvigorated him as a fighter. So I think we might be looking at a renewed Jake Shields here.
We've seen Jake Shields with some of the best guys in the world in this cage. And every time he matches up with one of these guys, it's a great striker. I continually think he's going to get knocked out, and he finds the way to get to exactly where he wants to be. Danny Davis comes from a Muay Thai background. That's where he started, but he's learned all the other stuff. He's a well-rounded fighter now. He's a young, up-and-coming guy. This is a very interesting matchup. Jake Shields, I think you have to go with the veteran. It's gonna be a tough night, tough to overcome for Danny, but if he uses his length and his striking, he has a good shot at winning this fight. And
leads us all up to tonight's main event. Andre Harrison, undefeated, 16-0 against Steven Rodriguez. It's all coming your way tonight on NBCSN, beginning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Still plenty of undercard fights still to come here. We've got 3 more to go here tonight from the Xfinity Arena, so stay with us.
Check. Mr. Gibson, you want me to address the crowd after they get done with this or before? Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Kiswi, changing the game of live media. We're scheduled for 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League lightweight division. And now introducing, fighting on my left, out of the blue corner of the decagon. His record, 21 victories, 16 defeats, and 1 draw. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing 156 pounds. Fighting out of Olympia, Washington, by way of Yelm, Washington, making his Professional Fighters League debut. Introducing Fast Eddie Ellis. And now his opponent across the decagon, fighting out of the red corner, his record, 19 wins, 8 defeats, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 155 pounds, fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, by way of João Pessoa, Brazil, presenting Luis Buscape Firmino. Your referee is Steve Newport.
Wait for me, guys. Wait for me. Stay right there. Stay right there. Good. You ready? Ready, Eddie? Fight!
Randy, I'm excited for this one. Luis Firmino always seems to bring it. Eddie Ellis, what do you think about this match as we get underway?
Going to be an interesting match. Eddie's a veteran. He's been around a long time. I've seen him years ago when I was still living in Oregon, fighting for Sport Fight and some of the other organizations here in the Pacific Northwest. He's been around quite a long time. He's got a very solid school. He's facing a very solid fighter tonight in Luis.
19 wins for Firmino and 21 for Ellis. 2 guys that have been around for a while, as you said. Firmino in the red and Ellis in the blue. Big leg kick there from Firmino. What went through your mind when you were out there in these early parts of round 1?
We usually have a game plan for first contact. After that first contact, hopefully that goes your way and it kind of goes the way you hope it does. It's an action-reaction sport. You don't have time to think about things and like, oh, I should do this or oh, I should do that. You're simply reacting to what you're seeing and what you've trained to do. You see Eddie there catching that front kick, doing a nice job of countering. Well, Firmino's doing a really solid job. He's a great defense, keeping the pressure on Eddie.
And a veteran like Ellis, who's been around now, it's his 40th time in the cage. Probably there isn't a lot that he hasn't seen.
I think that was a nice job of Firmino. I think Eddie may have just broken his jaw.
Okay. Eddie, stay here.
Oh.
Something definitely happened.
That's it.
Luis Firmino caught a kick and followed with a big left hand, and instantly it was apparent that Eddie did not want to continue. I'm not sure if he's hurt his leg, he's limping, but I think he may have broken his jaw. Yeah, no doubt about it. Eddie's not a happy camper right now.
And Luis Firmino in round 1 is going to win it. We'll have to take a look and see what just went down there in that last sequence.
Mandar alô pra geral lá no Brasil. Minha filha, minha mãe, amo vocês. Essa é pra vocês. Tamo junto.
All right, here we go, Randy.
Here it is right here. There's the kick and there the big left hand. And you see he knows instantly that something is seriously wrong. Right in the jaw. I suspect by the place that caught that Eddie definitely broke his jaw. He's like, please don't hit me again. Right. Here's the shot. That's a dandy. Well-timed, nice counter to the front kick by Firmino. And instantly, Eddie Ellis knows he's got an issue and he doesn't want to get hit again. He waves off Firmino. Firmino does a good job. Yeah, absolutely. Waves it off, and Firmino does a nice job of not following through with the oncoming right hand.
must have just caught him in the
perfect,
right spot,
perfectly,
right? I mean,
yes.
Because you
right
wonder,
in the mandible there, and I mean, it was just such a well-placed shot.
All right, let's go inside to Jazz Sakuro for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends at 1 minute and 45 seconds of round number 1 by verbal submission, technically a TKO. Your winner, Luis Buscape Ferrito.
th win of his career. The big land to the right cheek of Eddie Ellis. You can hear him.
Instantly knew there was an issue. It had that sound to it. Bump. It really did.
Randy, you surprised in this sport that doesn't happen more often?
Well, guys generally do a pretty good job of protecting themselves and not taking, you know, a good, clean, direct shot like that. Eddie threw a little bit of a lazy front kick that Luis did a nice job of catching and following with that big left hand and right on the money. It's one of those things in places where you're vulnerable. Even in boxing matches with big gloves, you're still vulnerable. You take a clean shot like that.
The Brazilian native, Luis Firmino.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Professional Fighters League Season 1, the first season of MMA. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League heavyweight division. And now introducing on my left, fighting out of our blue corner of the decagon, his record, 26 victories, 19 defeats and 1 draw, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing at an even 245 pounds, fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah, by way of Rose Park, Utah. Introducing Nick, the Slim Shady of MMA, Rossborough. His opponent across the decagon, fighting out of the red corner. His record, 14 wins, 4 defeats. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 255 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Arlington, Texas, by way of Sandpoint, Idaho. Presenting Jared, the Big Show, Rosholt. And when the decagon door closes, your referee is Ryan Hoisington.
Red, you ready? Blue, you ready? Hey!
All right, Randy, very experienced Rossborough here in the blue, and Jared Rosholt in the red corner.
Rosholt comes from a long line of very, very good wrestlers from the Oklahoma State University, and that's my alma mater. I wrestled there. Very familiar with his brother Jake. And Rossborough is a tall guy, big guy, a lot of range, a lot of experience. There's the takedown by Jared and Rosholt. Looking to take the bigger, stronger, longer guy out of his strength, and that's at striking.
Well, right off the bat, 45 seconds in. Scheduled for 3, round 1 here in this heavyweight bout.
Rosholt doing a nice job of staying on top, scrambling, forcing his opponent to carry his weight, and especially with guys this size, that can pay dividends in the later rounds.
It's one of those things that you talked about earlier, understanding the opponent's strengths and weaknesses and trying to get an advantage in that early.
Absolutely. I mean, look at them physically when they match up and they're facing off. One guy's obviously bigger, got longer range, and he's got a lot of experience. That's a guy you want to close the distance, get your hands on, and try and take him out of that advantage.
Of course, it's one thing to know what you want to do, and the other thing to be able to do it.
Getting it done, absolutely true. Rosholt doing a nice job of staying on top of Rossborough here. Literally college wrestling 101. Tying up his arms, keeping his weight on him, making him carry all that weight, making it difficult for him to get back to his feet.
Good leg kick there from Rosholt. I was going to say, what can he do to try to gain some points here, having him in this position?
Well, first of all, he's controlling where this fight is happening right now, and so that's definitely giving him some points in the judges' eyes. This fight is happening where he wants it to happen. He's definitely scoring some points, but driving those knees into the thighs and the backside of Rossborough. That again, in the later rounds, the gas he's spending will pay off.
Rossborough in a position here where he can kind of just back up, trying to roll him over a little bit, right, and get him off of his back to kind of.
He's got to kind of get his posture, get his hips under him, and hand control. You see Rosholt controlling that wrist and using that to drive his body weight forward and keep him down on his knees. Rossborough's got to get that hand control and find a way to get to his feet.
The minute though you got your hands on the mat like that, your face is unprotected, and then you're in trouble there.
There's a payoff. You got to decide to take a couple in the chops to get back to your feet and get back up.
3 minutes gone by in round 1.
Ooh, big elbow, swing and a miss by Rosholt. That could have been a nasty one. Those grazing ones like that sometimes cut the worst.
Rosholt right from the beginning got Nick Rossborough on his back and is trying to tee off a little bit here.
Rossborough at least able to get to his back and use the guard. Now let's see if he can effectively use his legs to keep Rosholt off of him.
An elbow in there.
Rosholt using good posture, keeping his head and shoulders up. It gives him the space to land those big shots and find ways to score.
And a big cut for Rossborough now. The blood is streaking down. Rosholt able to inflict some damage here with less than a minute to go in round one.
Rossborough's really got to see if he can find a way out of here. I don't think Rosholt's going to give him any room to breathe. Kind of a neck crank here by Rosholt. Doesn't really have a great position to achieve a submission, but it's just kind of a neck crank.
How much time does Rossborough though have left? So not enough there, really, in the position.
It's a wrong angle to. Okay. I mean, you can put some pressure on Rossborough and make him uncomfortable for sure, but not normally a position the guy is going to tap from. The blood is going to become an issue here for Rossborough. They get slippery. It's hard to get a hold of anything and get up. And there's the end of the round. Very nice job by Rosholt in controlling where this fight happened.
Let me get a towel, man. Hey, take a look at that club. Yeah, his eyes are fine. Let me get a towel. That guy's on it. That guy's on it.
Yeah. So what's that? You seen the best he had to offer, and they weren't enough, right?
Yeah.
Take a deep
Let's
breath.
take a listen from that
Out with our bulldozer.
first round from the
We're
corner.
not going to get sloppy with it. We're going to bulldozer. Let's pass that guard shoulder. Let's press him. Let's press his head against that cage so he can't use jiu-jitsu. Yes, sir. Now set your strikes up. Yes, when he goes 2-on-1, we strike with the other hand. Look, he's going to throw that up. We're going to use that to pass. Yes, sir. He's already cut. Now let's set up some more strikes right there, show good heavy pressure.
That's Josh Lanier that you hear, the trainer for Jared Rosholt in his corner after the job that he did in round one.
And we saw the right elbow that opened up the cut right on the bridge of the nose for Rossborough. Very nice job by Rosholt in controlling that top position and just out wrestling Rossborough at this point.
And you said it, Randy, the blood could be an issue again. Once Rosholt gets another couple hits on, that could reopen that up, and here we go again.
Definitely reopen, but it also makes it, you're slippery. It's not only the sweat, but the blood mixed with sweat makes it hard to hang on to things. Seeing a mouse under the right eye of Rossborough.
Rossborough's been a fixture in the Mountain West MMA scene since 2004, 35-year-old. This is his 47th professional start among a host of promotions.
There's the takedown again by Rosholt. Rossborough unable to prevent Rosholt from getting in and securing this position again. And now we're again back to Wrestling 101.
All right, let's check in with Kayla Harrison.
Hi, guys. I'm here with Josh, Jared Rosholt's coach. And Josh, he seemed to really control that first round. What do you want him to do in this second round?
So let's look to setting down right here. All it is we're working the game plan of establishing good control. We know Nick doesn't have the hips that Jared does. So, all we want to do is just break him down and really work the wrestling.
Yeah, it seems like you're really using his wrestling background. Is that something you planned on doing during this fight?
Yes, absolutely. We worked on bulldozing, keeping him away from the long strikes and finishing the wrestling. Most guys in the heavyweight division can't wrestle with Joe, so we really want to showcase that.
Thank you.
Let's work that. Let's
all right, Kayla, thank you. Love the access here, Randy. Josh Lanier, the trainer there. Jared Rosholt's corner.
Close together, show. Look at his legs
exactly what we're
together.
seeing. He's just finding a way, closing the distance, not trying to stand and trade with the bigger, longer guy. Once he gets his hands on him, he's going to make him wrestle him in every situation he can.
There you go. Beautiful, show. Get ready. Get that nice underhook right
Rosholt
there.
has an elite wrestling background, and as you talked about back at Oklahoma State, a three-time All-American, following 4 state titles as a high school athlete as well.
Get ready to snatch that out.
How about during your career there at OK State? How many times you fought? You said between sometimes 40 and 50 matches in a season, right?
Yeah, fairly normal for a collegiate wrestler to get between 40 and 50 matches in through the course of the year. And week in and week out, you're usually at a dual meet on Thursday and then heading to a tournament for the weekend to get 5 or 6 more matches in over the weekend. So a grueling schedule in a collegiate wrestling background.
And showing his skills here tonight, and Rossborough just in another tough position right now. And let's see if Rosholt can get a better handle on him, maybe get that submission this time.
It looked like Rosholt was going to take Rossborough's back, and then he transitioned all the way across to the other side to use the fence and trap Rossborough against the fence and sit in half guard, sit on that bottom leg. Rossborough's trapped here. You can see this bottom leg, Rosholt just sitting on that bottom leg, trapping Rossborough. It's actually one of my favorite positions, and wrestlers are really, really good at this. We call it a bottom leg Turk. And keeping a guy on his back, keeping him on his side, it gives you a way to gauge where he's at and ride him.
As you can see that, it kind of moving him around a little bit on the mat.
He's just staying right there, using the barrier, using the fence. Posture is really good. Finding ways to, again, with the bulldog neck crank. Not a terribly effective submission, but especially if Rossborough's tired, it might be effective. You know, he might get the tap. It's certainly controlling him.
Rossborough running out of gas with a minute to go in round 2. This one's scheduled for 3. We'll see if we get there as he continues to unleash a few hits, and the blood coming down again on Rossborough.
Rosholt staying very, very tenacious. He's going to stay right on him, not giving him a chance to breathe, keeping that posture, keeping his head up and out and clear. It's allowing him to land these strikes and really punish Rossborough.
Yes, sir, beautiful. 30 left. Hey, shoulders, we see an arm triangle in the position.
You see the cut opened up.
He's just laying there. Let's be active. Let's go, let's go.
See the cut opened up again on Rossborough.
There you go, sir. Again. Yes, sir. You give me 10. You give me 10, Jerry. The fight's over, baby. Yes, sir. All you got to do is give me 10
Rosholt with a counter back and forth, left and right. 10 seconds to go, round 2.
Good strike. Give me 2 elbows. Give me 2 before the
He's
bell.
controlled the match right from the beginning.
2 before the bell.
Quick cleaning. Same ones. The eyes are still good, but they're deep.
It's impressive from Rosholt so far in this first 2 rounds of this match round.
I mean, if you're looking at an All-American wrestler, this is exactly how you want to see him fight. Use that wrestling background, dance with the one that brung you. Get your hands on a guy. Make him wrestle you.
Is it surprising he was able to get him down to the mat so early at both times in each of the first 2 rounds?
Well, I think he's done his homework. He recognized that Nick doesn't have the wrestling background that he has. His corner alluded to that as well. We wanted to showcase Jared's wrestling here. And
Quarters out. Seconds out.
It's working. I mean, it's a perfect game plan.
It's definitely on display as Rosholt looks to go to 15-4. If he can pull out the win here tonight, out of the red corner on the left of your screen, and Nick Rossborough, the blue corner on the right side. Round 3.
Red, you ready? Blue, ready? Hey!
Need to see Rossborough really use that jab, keep some range, and try to frustrate Rosholt, not let him get past those hands and get to that body again.
Where's our bulldozers after that, sir? Where's our bulldozer after that? The bulldozer. Yeah, good bulldozer, show.
Rossborough's got to keep this standing up. He's got to get something going in his favor. Rosholt has hardly been attacked at all.
There's not been any real situations where Nick Rossborough's been in charge during this fight. He's been reacting and responding to Jared Rosholt the entire time.
And he's so tired right now. He's got to be.
He's been carrying a 250-pound man on his back, literally going on 12 or 13 minutes here.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Now let's work to establish our position. Our arm triangle will be there if we want it. But let's set up our strike.
Couple of lefts there from Rosholt.
Again, Rosholt methodically finds his way to get to the body, finds his way to break his balance, to flatten him out. This is not a good position for Rosborough, and if he doesn't find a way to get to his back and start using his legs, we may see the end of the fight here very quickly. Rosholt's in an arm triangle position. The fence is in the way, going to prevent him from sliding in, but Rosborough's adjusting, trying to get out. Full mount by Jared Rosholt. Now he changes to cross side.
I got knees to the body and I got bread basket.
You hear the corner, knees to the body, and he's going right after it now.
He's going to try to run up the cage. We're going to pull him away. Yes, sir. Thank you. Now we're going to shoulder bump, right shoulder, and set up that bread basket. He's real soft in the stomach, right?
2 minutes gone by here in the third and final round.
Where's my shoulder elbow?
As Jared Rosholt has been controlling this fight right from the beginning.
Right hand, Kayla to my shoulder elbow. Yeah, sir.
And the strength and the ability of him too as well to keep him on the canvas like this.
It's a demonstration of his wrestling background for sure. Doing a nice job of just floating over the top, not taking any big risks, even staying in mount. He's happy to step out of mount, which is generally a very dominant position to secure this side position.
Yes, sir. You can get that choke right there if you want. Turn in. Here, yeah, give me a few unanswered shots right here, sir.
Here the trainer Josh Lanier in the corner of Jared Rosholt.
Yeah, sir, beautiful. He's flat.
When you're in this position and it's so dominant, you're able to take that advice and run with it.
You definitely get used to hearing your corner. That's why corner is so important. It's a voice you're used to hearing in the training environment all the time. So then in the heat of combat here, it's a voice that sticks out to you, even with the roar of the crowd.
Beautiful again. You're just beating him up right here. Keep going.
Keep going, he says.
Rosborough trying to use a little Kimura. Doesn't really have it locked on, but you can see the wrist lock, and he's coming over the top of the tricep and elbow of Rosholt. And if he can secure it, he can use that as a sweep to get out from underneath. Here you see him turn to quarter position and try and find a way to stand up. Again, collegiate ride here.
Yep.
Jared Rosholt just riding him like a Division I wrestling match.
It's one of those slow and steady wins the race at this point.
Ooh, nice knee, left knee to the body by
He's going to try to sweep you right here. You're going to establish your hips and set up strikes. He's not going to be able to use that butterfly
gas
block.
is left in that tank after carrying this huge guy around.
Beautiful. Can you get some right hand strikes in for me, sir? Can you get some right hand strikes in for me? Where's my Jay Leno with my left hand? Where's
Well,
my
up against the
strike
cage like this doesn't have quite the angle.
You keep working. Yes, sir. Again.
Rosholt's bringing his hips in, keeping his head up. It keeps the legs and hip pressure bunched up against Rosborough. Very difficult for him to get in the elevation and find a way to get to his feet.
Give me two more like that, please. That's nothing. He's just throwing anything, so I want you to stay busy, okay?
25 seconds.
Cool, relax, and stay busy. Yes, sir. Beautiful strike.
Still unloading.
Where's my right elbow right there, Sho? Yes, sir. Beautiful.
Corner loves it.
Thank you.
He's on the way to a victory. 10 seconds to go in this final round.
10 seconds, good flurry, Sho. Let's really capitalize the round. Let's really capitalize the round, Sho. Yes, sir. Beautiful. Beautiful, Sho. Beautiful. Quickly.
Good sportsmanship again from these two here tonight, as we've seen all night long, as Jared Rosholt, the wrestler, taking Nick Rosborough to the mat in each of the 3 rounds for pretty much the duration of them. Executed his game plan perfectly. Let's go back to one of these takedowns here in this match, Randy. What did you see?
Well, here you see a head outside single by Rosholt. He's driving Rosborough into the fence. He can use that forward pressure. And now And now he's driving right away here. He's going to use that forward pressure to bounce Rossborough off the fence, change directions, and then pull his leg out and put him on his backside.
Kicked him right out.
He did a little foot sweep there from the single leg position, and then right into, like we said this whole match, wrestling 101. This is a collegiate wrestler that's riding his opponent. He's not going to let that pressure off of him for the entire fight. This is where we were.
And with that kick out, I mean, you've got to still be pretty strong, obviously, with that to get him off of his feet.
It's timing. He used the single leg and raising Rossborough's weight to then sweep that leg out.
Let's go back inside the cage. Here's Jazz Sakuro with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fightings, we will go to the judges' scorecards. Clarence Case, Marlon Perry, and Glenn Roy all score this contest 30-25. For your winner by unanimous decision, Jared, the Big Show, Rosholt!
Well, how about it? Here's what we saw, and just Rosholt able to get Rossborough on his back. And a bunch of punches in. Got him bleeding early in this match and continued it to victory. And Kayla Harrison is standing by with the winner.
I'm here with Jared. Jared, congratulations. You controlled most of this fight. You were using a lot of your wrestling. Was that part of your game plan heading in?
Yeah, well, wrestling's what got me here, and it's a big sport from the town I was from. And hey, I'm not going to stray too far from what I do that I'm best at. That's why I'm here.
It seemed like your coach, every time he said something to you, you were able to implement it right away in the cage. Is that from your wrestling background, being able to listen to your coach, or is that just one of your best attributes as a fighter?
That's just life in general, growing up the way I did. You listen to your parents or you get beat. You listen to your coaches, you run laps. You go to school, you learn. You want to pass your grade. It's just a life.
I heard your coach saying, "Do the Jay Leno." What is that?
Yeah, he's saying, grab the chin, post up on the chin. Every MMA group has their own lingo, for certain moves, but he's got a few funny ones.
All right, don't give away all your secrets. Congratulations, Jared. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Seattle.
All right, so Jared Rosholt wins it. A dominant performance by him, the wrestler, and improves his record to 15-4. Coming up here tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern on NBCSN. We get it started with Rex Harris and Bruno Santos, Jake Shields and Danny Davis Jr., which we're looking forward to very much. And let's go right to Bas Rutten, who's standing by with Danny Davis.
Danny, Jake Shields, he's going to be like white on rice. He's going to be in your face. The game plan is going to try to take you down. You worked with Robert Drysdale, who's really good, world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How do you feel right now?
Man, I feel splendid. I'm ready to go in there and put it on Jake Shields' face, keep my space, establish my jab, use my grip footwork and my speed, and keep the fight where I want to take it, and that's standing.
You think you're going to be able to do that for the full 3 rounds, for the first round? I mean, he's constantly coming forward. That will hinder you when you're striking as well, because he's going to push you backwards.
I understand that. And you know what? If we do get into a grappling exchange or a takedown, I don't settle. I'm going to bounce right back up to my feet. If I need to do 3, 4, or 5 times in a row, that's what I'm going to do. I know he slows down a little bit, and I'm going to keep getting back up.
It was yesterday your birthday. On 2 birthdays you were fighting, and both times you won. You think 3 in a row?
Yes, I know 3 in a row. I've already seen it in my mind.
All right, thank you very much, Danny. I wish you all the best. Back to you, Mike, and Randy Couture.
Boss, thanks very much, and a very excited and confident Danny Davis Jr., and we'll look forward to seeing him coming up a little later. Final fight in our undercards here tonight, Josh Copeland and Mike Kyle. Inside the Decagon, Jazz Sakuro for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final fight on the preliminary card. We'd like to remind all the fight fans streaming live at ProfessionalFightersLeague.com to tune in for our main card on NBCSN at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Our final fight of the undercard, brought to you by Alienware, the ultimate gaming experience. 3 rounds in the Professional Fighters League heavyweight division. And now introducing on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, 22 wins, 14 defeats, 1 draw, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing 234 pounds, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of San Jose, California, introducing Mike Mac Kyle. His opponent across the decagon, fighting out of the red corner. His record, 14 wins, 4 defeats, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing 252 pounds, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, presenting Josh Cuddly Bear Copeland. Your referee for this contest is Ryan Hoisington.
Chin down, armor up.
Red, you ready? Hey!
Footwork.
Two guys really focused in this match. You can see right from the beginning this heavyweight bout here tonight, Randy. Let's talk about it with Copeland and Kyle. What do you have?
Well, both these guys are powerful. Several knockouts and knockout capability from both guys. So you definitely want to be attentive when you got a guy that big standing in front of you that can punch. We've seen Kyle for a lot of years now. He's a veteran, and we've seen him live and die by that sword, by slinging leather. I'm thinking with this kid, he may want to take a little more tenured approach, find his way in, pick his shots, and control this fight.
There you go. Now let's move. Let's move.
Kyle in the blue on the left side of your screen, Copeland in the red on the right. Kyle, 37-year-old Eastern Oregon fullback, made the move to combat sports way back in 2001. Very versatile. Has been on the run here in a 16-year career. Copeland's been fighting professionally since 2012. A short stint in the UFC. Started his professional career with 9 straight wins.
1-6. There you go. I like it. Up and down, up and down.
High look, high look. You find that jab, high look.
Trust it.
Who's going to make the first move here?
Yeah, well, I think we're seeing a healthy respect from both guys for the amount of power they both possess. Both guys have knockout ability. It's not a guy you want to get reckless and careless with, for sure.
And that's a great point right there. One punch, could do it. That's why you got to be so defensive, right?
These guys are 240, 250-pound guys with 6-ounce gloves on. It really takes one mistake, get out of position or over-aggressive and expose yourself to a guy that can hit that hard.
Copeland's cut about the right eye. And a mark below the right eye from Mike Kyle.
Seeing pretty good footwork from Mike Kyle, able to move his head, change the angle. Well, Copeland's attacks seem to be a little more linear, straight forward, straight backward. Boy, they both got power.
Two very talented and experienced heavyweight fighters here in this one, coming up on 2 minutes to go in this first round. Good leg kick there from Kyle.
Bite down, bite down, bite down. There you go, there you go.
Kyle goes low, gets a body shot in.
He's reaching now. Pump and move, pump and move. Where's our face? Footwork. Go high. Don't reach, don't reach.
What's Kyle doing there? We're trying to keep warding off that right arm of Copeland.
He's looking to parry that jab and use that parry to counter with some offense as Copeland moves forward. There's a little left hook.
2 quick jabs. 2 quick jabs.
Here in the corner saying 2 quick jabs.
I like the change of levels, a little head movement. Changes levels like he's going to throw something low or do something low, and then he comes back up. He's not using it to create a lot of offense right now, but he's definitely got Copeland buying that fake.
Tied up for the moment. Under a minute to go, first round. How effective are the leg kicks, though, in a fight like this, right?
They'll pay dividends in the later rounds. You're going to start to affect the guy's mobility, make it more difficult for him to get out of the way of things or to stop takedowns.
Good work there by Copeland. Got him up against the cage for the moment. Good land there by Kyle.
There's the double jab that his corner's calling for my Kyle.
Copeland protects himself on that one. And against the kick. Ten seconds to go. Big miss by Copeland. Kyle ties him up. And we're nearing the end of round one. Yeah, good effort from both, and they know it. 3 minutes in the books.
Breathe. Breathe. Here, you got it. Hey, look good. Hey, let's keep big deep breath. There you go, in and out. Hey, let's keep working our jab, double up our jab, keep our head, our footwork and our head work going. I like your power. I like your power steps, okay? Pushing them backwards and just be patient. Yes?
Who won that round?
We got that round. We got that round.
I heard Ryan Schultz talking to the trainer.
Hey,
Josh Copeland.
So here we're going to see a nice little trick by Copeland to start with the right hand. He's going to start with the right hand and get Kyle to take the fake, and he's going to finish with a nice big left hand. And I had it backwards. He started with the right and then finished with the left. But anyway, Mike Kyle took the bait, starts with one hand, finishes with the other.
18 strikes landed by Copeland and 12 for Kyle in that first round. Oh,
cup check.
Low blow, yep.
Copeland with a little left inside kick and got Mike Kyle right in the cup.
And he is down.
Now he'll get 5 minutes to recover here. Not intentional, so won't be a foul, won't be any points taken. He will get a warning. This happens sometimes with this left inside kick. It's easy to slide right up the thigh and check the cup, frankly.
So unintentional, but let me ask you this. If it happens multiple times, even if they continue to deem it unintentional, you still don't lose any points?
Well, he'll get a warning this time. So now, if he's not careful, if he mistakenly does this again,
sure,
he potentially will lose a point. He's going to warn him the first time. The second time, if he does this again, he will lose a point, which can match this close can really affect it.
You got time. Take your time.
There it is.
You ready? Red, you ready? Blue. Hey.
Nope. Mike Kyle says he's ready to go. And they touch gloves and we're back to action. Round two. Copeland goes in. Now Kyle responds with the left.
You see Copeland a little more aggressive. I think he feels like he's hurt Kyle. And we're seeing a little more come from him now in the offensive direction. More in the first round, I felt like Kyle's footwork and Kyle's athleticism kind of stole around 10-9. I feel the other way. It swung the other way now in this round. Copeland being a little more aggressive, a little less respect for each other. I think they're going to start mixing it up here.
Copeland had asked after round one to his corner, who won that round? His corner's like, you got it. You got that one. I thought it was pretty close.
I thought it was real close.
So we'll keep his confidence and intensity up. That's what you say. Copeland goes in. Kyle retreating.
Very aggressive by Copeland. Josh doing a good job of switching stances, changing leads, moving his head. mixing up his punches from his left to his right. And I think that's got Kyle on his heels a little bit. He's not sure what's coming at him.
Blood dripping down the right side of the face, though, of Josh Copeland. And Mike Kyle go after him. You got to watch, too, when you duck down, right? The minute you come back up, heads up.
He's got to be careful. Copeland's following with a nice overhand, and Kyle could pop right back up into one of those.
Copeland's had 8 victories in the opening round of his career and 14 wins. And Mike Kyle is up for the challenge here tonight. A guy that's won 22 throughout his career.
See Josh Copeland with his hands pretty low. He's slinging them from the hip. Yeah, he's using good head movement, making it hard for Mike Kyle to take advantage of those low hands.
Round 2 of a scheduled 3-round heavyweight fight in Everett, Washington, Professional Fighters League. And 2 minutes to go in the second round. Copeland comes in. Little combo.
Where's your legs? Where's your legs?
Kyle on the right, Copeland on the left. Coming up on a minute to go in round 2. Copeland, a charging shot up on Kyle, who's been backing up a little bit now. A little bit of talking going on between the two. Kyle with a kick. Crowd getting into it. Copeland lands one.
Guys got to be careful they don't clash heads here. Kyle's bobbing in and their heads came together there. Much more aggressive Josh Copeland this round.
He's beat up a little bit more, but you're right. I think the advantage has to be slightly in his favor here in round 2.
Well, notice when he stands in the southpaw stance, he takes that jab from Kyle every single time, right on the cheek, and that's where a lot of that cutting and mousing is coming from. And then when you see him go on offense, he switches to an orthodox stance, charges in, throws good counter punches. It's been an interesting to see Josh switch from one stance to the other.
Copeland's maybe landed a few more, but the ones that Kyle have landed have done some more damage. Round 2 in the books. All right, Randy, we're heating up here. How about some of this action from round 2?
And here we're going to see Josh Copeland use his hands very nicely. He's going to use his hands to parry, and then when he finishes the parry, he's going to use that. He's going to use that forward aggression. So again, seeing Josh Copeland use his left hand effectively to parry Mike Kyle, and then after the parry, he follows right through with a good straight left hand right to Kyle's face.
You go last round.
See, so there it is, 27-9 on a strike.
Strikes landed, yeah. Much bigger second round for Copeland. I have it one round apiece. The first round was very close.
Sure.
You never want to leave those sorts of things to the judges, but I thought Kyle was just a tad bit more effective, and now Kyle's come out with a blaze. He's seen something in Copeland, or he just realizes how bad that he lost that second round.
Yeah, Kyle firing away here, and I agree with you, Randy. Round one, kind of up in the air. Copeland round two. Let's go to Kayla Harrison for more. Kayla.
Hi, guys. I was just with Copeland's corner, and they were telling him, listen, you have to make a mark in this last round, and you really need to do this. Do you want this? This is for your family. So really drawing on his heartstrings. He seemed a little bit down, a little bit tired, but they're trying to get everything they can out of him in this last round.
Well, that's good stuff, Kayla. Absolutely. We saw it here right from the start.
Yep, absolutely. Sometimes you need your corner to light a fire under your butt. And we've seen a much more active Mike Kyle in the first minute of this third round. And I think that's what we needed to see.
I mean, this is a close match.
Absolutely. I have it around a piece, depending on what the judges saw in that first round, but I saw a little more effective Mike Kyle in the first round. But the second round absolutely was Josh Copeland. The athleticism of Mike Kyle. He does such a good job with his footwork. Punching, even though he's backpedaling, he does a really nice job athletically. Copeland just trotting into him.
Head down a little bit,
taking the shots, slinging those hands.
Copeland visibly looks a little tired here, and he's got the blood streaking down his face as well.
That sometimes can affect a judge. He's looking at a round and a fight as close as this, and you see one guy's bleeding and the other guy seems to be relatively untouched. That can sometimes swing it on the scorecard.
Well, if Kyle can turn the tables on this round and make himself a clear-cut winner in round three, we're going to have a real interesting decision. Copeland lands a big one. Halfway through round three, Kyle misses over the top.
Both guys swing and miss there. Kyle effectively using that jab to keep his distance, backpedaling.
Copeland's guard is down a little bit here as Kyle's able to get a couple of hits right in without any protection from Copeland.
And Kyle digging into the body a little bit of Josh Copeland. Copeland's hands down at his sides, but they've been that way the whole second round and again into the third round. And then you wonder why you need stitches after the fight.
Kyle looks a little fresher here. Good encouragement from his corner at the end of round two.
Again, Copeland plotting, changing from southpaw to orthodox lead, back and forth. Just kind of trudging in, dipping his head and throwing his hands. Nice combination. Left to the body, left to the head by Mike Kyle.
Mouthpiece came out for a second there for Copeland, got it right back in. He tries to push Kyle up against the cage.
Corner encouraging Copeland to dig in for this last minute. Copeland almost gets turned sideways. Kyle staying right on him.
Crowd getting into it now, less than 40 seconds left. Time to make your mark here for both of these guys.
It was almost a cup check by Mike Kyle there. Copeland switching leads just as he threw a front kick.
Kyle certainly landed more here in this round. Copeland. Copeland goes down. 7 seconds to go.
Almost looked to be more for fatigue than anything else. I don't think he got touched with anything.
There's the bell. What a fight from these two, Josh Copeland and Mike Kyle. And I'll tell you, this is up in the air.
It's going to be interesting to see how the judges score this fight. It really, in my opinion, boils down to how they see the first round, which is a very close round. I thought at the second round, clearly Copeland. Third round, Mike Kyle came on strong and I think took the round. So it comes down to how we see the first round.
I agree with you 100%. I think we're on the same page. Round 2 to Copeland, 3 to Kyle. Who got the first?
Let's take a look at this slippage by Josh. I don't see Mike Kyle do anything. He's sticking a jab out there, plodding forward, and slips and falls. It was really more of a fatigue issue than
Sure.
being hit with a solid strike.
Copeland 14-4, Kyle 22-14-1. These two heavyweights in a battle that could go either way.
Work hard at it, guys. Work hard, play hard. Never give up on your dreams. 20 years strong in my man, baby.
Real interested to see which way this one's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call. Glad I'm not a judge.
No.
Both guys pretty effective. Both guys did a good job. You know, Copeland's face is a mess, but I think that happens sometimes when you keep your hands at your hips. But he did some effective things, especially in that second round. Plodded forward, had Kyle backing up. Kyle came on after his corner lit a fire under him in the third. Showed his athleticism, even backpedaling, was able to land some great shots. It really comes down to how they score this first round.
All right, let's go inside the cage. Jazz Sakuro has the official decision. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for both of these warriors tonight. After 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecards for your winner. Clarence Case, Marlon Perry, Glenn Roy all score the fight the same way, 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Josh Cuddly Bear Copeland.
Well, I mean, the punch stats at the end of the second round clearly had it in Copeland's favor. We saw Mike Kyle come on very strong in the third round. Kyle disappointed. You can see that look on his face, but you leave it up to the judges, and sometimes you're going to be disappointed.
Well, I agree with, it's hard to disagree, but on a unanimous decision, interesting. All right, let's go inside to Bas Rutten, who is standing by with Josh Copeland.
All right, I'm here with Josh Copeland. Man, that was a crazy fight. I mean, you came non-stop forward. Was that the game plan, to shut his striking down?
Man, absolutely. He's the longer fighter. I wanted to wait for him to throw and then counter off that move.
You know, and he had great footwork. There was something new for Mike. He moved really great around, but you just kept going on there.
Trying, absolutely.
Did you look at the Charles Bronson movie at the end of the movie? You start blocking with your forehead the shots and trying to hurt his hands. You trained on that, I guess?
Oh, heck yeah. Always go into the shot.
All right.
No way.
And what is next for you now?
Man, get with my manager, Brian Butler, find out which direction we want to go, and hopefully the PFL will get me in again before the end of the year.
I hope so too, because it was a great fight. A war, the people loved it. Very close. Godspeed. Congratulations. Back to you, Mike and Randy.
Bas, thanks very much. So I guess, Randy, if you looked at it and we felt like, okay, Kyle probably could have gotten one of those rounds, perhaps, and must have been. All 3 judges thought that round 1 went to Copeland if you got a unanimous decision.
Yeah, it was. All 3 judges scored it the same, which in a fight that close is sometimes very rare. A split decision certainly could have been understandable, but Copeland did a good job. Sure, you couldn't tell by the look of his face.
Yeah. Well, coming up next at 9 o'clock Eastern Time on NBCSN, we get ready for the main event. There's Andre Harrison,